Out here today. Yesterday I repotted all of these. These are various brassicas and such. I've got mustard. I got one lowly little lettuce plant, and then I've got some red. I'll get back to it. Anyway, I've got mustard and collards and some cabbage in there and more mustard. And that's, still can't remember. Anyway, potted up these onions. So I have a bunch that I started from seed that are all kind of gommed in there that I probably need to pot them up too, or put them in the ground. I stuck some pea seeds evidently in one of the pots, and they all started coming up, so I put them in their own little thing, and I'll have to transplant them here before too long. I potted up all my celerac. This is new to me. I haven't grown it before, so we'll see if I like it. If I do, I'll grow it again. And here's my cumin, my first success. I've tried for 2 years, tried like 3 or 4 different times to get this stuff to germinate and grow, and I finally succeeded this year. Potted up some more onions yesterday. And then I repotted these. There's purple cabbage in there, and some green cabbage, and some kale, and then some onions. The pots they were in, they didn't like the dirt too much, so I had to put them in new dirt. I repotted these tomatoes and these cumin, and there's some peppers and some, my brain's still blank on that. Anyway, and repotted these and different things because I had a bag of dirt, the old dirt, and evidently I shouldn't have used it because even though stuff germinated and came up, it kind of struggled. So I got some regular potting mix and amended it and put some azomite earth in it and repotted all this stuff. My tomatoes are doing pretty good. Look at this. They're getting bigger all the time. Won't be long. I got one up there or two, and there are just a few all over the place. And then of course my peppers. This is what I think is pretty awesome. Look at this. It's peppers. They're I got them on all over the place. They're all over the place. So, I don't know, I may go ahead and pick them green, or I don't know if I'm going to let them grow out and get red or not. And then my peppers are doing real good. And these tomatoes, I need to redo them. They're in that yucky dirt. And as you can tell, they're kind of puny. They're okay, but they could do a lot better than they are, especially being in a greenhouse. Anyway, yesterday I planted these onions down through there, and then here I transplanted these little guys, which there's mustard, looks like something ate this. There was something planted there and it's gone. That's kale, cabbage, I think it's kale, and more kale. Anyway, let me show you this. Looky here. It's turnips. The turnips are coming up. They didn't germinate real evenly, but there's quite a few in here. I don't know if I'll try to move them around or not. And then here is, what is this? I think that, well, it's not turnips. I don't remember what this is. Anyway, it's coming up too. Maybe rutabagas. Oh, that's what it was. That down there is rutabagas, and this is turnips. Anyway, it didn't germinate real evenly either. And then down here, I planted beets, and they are just now starting to come up. Right there's one. There's a bunch of them around. Let's see if I can find any more. Oh, there's one. Right there. There's two. Anyway, so they came up a little more evenly down through there. And yep, I don't remember what I planted there, but it isn't coming up yet, whatever it was. And then my peas. Oh, I gotta cover this back up. This is to catch whatever burrowing varmints in my garden. But looky here. Let's see, my peas. My peas are sprouting all down through here. Yep, they're coming up all down through there. I've gotta cover this back up. I'll come back and do that. My potatoes are right just barely under the surface, getting ready to break the surface, which is hopefully good. Hopefully they wait until after this next cold dip comes. Saturday we're supposed to have like 30 degrees, which is disgusting. See that pretty green patch? It's my winter wheat. It's doing real well. But anyway, so that's what I did yesterday. Oh yeah, I did put a few potatoes down through there too. And my elderberries coming out. Right there and right there. I've got another patch over by the chickens. And then something I haven't talked about much. I planted this in around a bunch of my trees, which is, this is a Roman chamomile maybe. It's a perennial. And it makes like a ground cover. It doesn't get real tall. I just planted it last year, so I don't know how tall it actually really gets. But if it stays short, I'm gonna put this stuff everywhere because it smells good. You walk on it, smells good. Look at that hole. Do you see that hole right there? See it? See that hole? Guess what that is? That's whatever burrowing varmint has been picking on my plants. Thank goodness my apple tree's not budding out yet. I mean, it's getting, the buds are kind of swelling a little bit, but not much. So I may actually get apples. But if it was getting ready to bloom, it'd be a goner with this coming up weekend. And my comfrey is coming up. I put comfrey under a bunch of my trees, as well as that chamomile. And then I got cherry trees. And hang on. This one right here is the one I'm worried about. See that? I bet you it'll be full bloom about the time the stinking weather dips below 30 degrees. That's what happened last year too. It was pretty, but it froze off. I got comfrey planted down there too. My crab apples are sprouting out too, or budding out. I don't know if I don't see flower bloom or flower buds per se, but we'll see. They may get bit too. This bad boy right here is a plum tree, and it's starting to leaf out. I don't know how long after it leaves out it blooms. I just planted it last year, so we'll see about that. This bad boy right here is a wild plum, and it's leafing out also. I planted it year before last, and it grew, and it's growing okay. It didn't bloom last year at all. I don't know if it just because of that crazy late freeze we had last year. I think it was like April, may have been May, I can't remember now, but we had like in the teens, and everything was bloomed out, and it just froze everything like crazy. And this is my blueberry, and I still don't know. I don't know if it's going to bloom out or not. It kind of looked a lot like this when we had that last freeze. It was like down in the 20s, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's green in there. So I'm hoping that it's going to go ahead and bloom. I'm kind of glad it's not blooming yet, because if it did, it'd bite the blooms and I wouldn't get blueberries. I only got 2 last year, 2 blueberries. And I planted 2 more plums this just yesterday, there and right there, that I got from the Million Tree Planting Day for Tennessee, Arbor Foundation. I don't remember what it's called, but anyway, it's where they offer trees for a discount, and you got to pick them up on a specific day and plant them. Everybody's supposed to plant them on the same day, some kind of activity. I just planted mine yesterday. I got some extra ones, and I gave them to my daughter. She wants to plant them on her place, so that's pretty cool. And my raspberries are starting to leaf out. They're just now starting to leaf out a little bit. These I transplanted. They're wild raspberries. I'm going to try and domesticate. But that's kind of where things are today. Oh yeah, just got to add, I'm so proud, so thrilled my rhubarb's coming back up. Isn't that wonderful? There and there. Now my asparagus is planted right through here, and it's a little too early for it. And this is Egyptian walking onion right here. Hopefully it'll get big enough and start actually walking. And these guys, these violas, they're volunteer. They come up everywhere, and they're edible. They actually taste pretty good. My grandkids, they go around and pick them all the time. And look who's in my garden. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out. 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 Look. Ava, leave her alone. Ava. Kennel. She torments that cat to death. And you know what? The cat comes back for more. They're good pals. Well, that's it for today. Yeah, Ava wants to say, I'm not that bad. You just think I'm bad. I'm not that bad. She is a good dog. She's hyper as can be. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later when I have something to share.